So it's late. It's like real late. It's like 2 in the morning, but I love me some Mr. Ballen. He is like the one of the best storytellers on YouTube. Period. I'm just gonna do this really quickly because I gotta get ready to go. If you are curious about this makeup look, it's bad lighting right now, but if you're curious about this makeup look, I'll have the video to it linked in the description. So let's get to this shop, Miss A. So three things that are not in the haul right now are the brushes, because I'm letting them air out. They are great quality. I got a 10-piece brush set. 10-piece brush set. So I'm letting that air out because you know sometimes I have a little smell or whatever. And I have a jade roller from them too, and that's in my refrigerator right now. I got the pack of blades, and I got two refills for them. I got this eye warming mask. I got these puffs. Could never have too many of these. I got this hydrating aqua primer that I'm gonna try out eventually and compare it to the e.l.f. I got lash glue. And I have another pore filling primer. I have this brow gel. I have this eye base in white, Top Secret concealer eye base. I also have a eyelash glitter adhesive that I can't find right now. And then I have two of the foundation sticks, one in Rich and one in Cappuccino. So one definitely will be my shade and one will be more like a highlight for under eyes. And last but not least, I have a brush cleaner. Hey guys, so right now I am at work. I'm almost out. It's like 1:45 right now, and I get out at 2. I usually don't even have time to like check in, but I did today. We were super slammed like usual, so I'm surprised that I'm able to get this little 15-minute, 10-minute break. But the day has been good. No rowdy customers or anything like that. So I'll see y'all when I get to the house. Hey y'all, so I'm gonna do a quick get ready with me, and I thought I would turn it into like more like a chit chat type of thing. So I got some of the devil's lettuce. Not gonna deal with that due to YouTube, but anyway, yes. So I got some of that here, and I just figured I'd go ahead and get ready and let's chit chat. I have this on. I used to do hair and makeup as a business, so I still have this. So I figured I'll use it over my clothes because I don't need them getting dirty at all, and it's helpful to have. And so I'm actually getting ready for a date. Again, all products, like always, are in the bottom so that you guys can see what I use. But like I said, let's get into it. So I am going on, um, I'm going on a date. So let's talk about that. My son's father and me, we're not together. We're not, um, and I prepped my face, by the way, already, cleaned it and everything. Um, like I was saying, my son's father and me, we don't have any issues. We get along. Um, it's just we didn't work out, and that is what that is. Since since I've been here in Florida, um, I will say that dating has been like weird. It's been like a weird um thing for me. And this is the Elf Power Grip Primer, by the way. Like I said, for me, it's more like um, it's hard to find somebody that's trying to have the same thing as you and have the same ultimate goals of being in a relationship. It's just hard. I've tried dating apps and things like that. And to be honest, I'm not a dating app type of girl. So the whole dating and not seeing each other type of thing is it's kind of like new for me. Kind of. I don't really know how to explain it, but when I got down here, that's all I could do was use dating apps because, obviously I just got here. Nobody knows that I exist. Nobody knows I'm here. And I'm just using this mirror, by the way, that I got from Timu. And it's been holding up pretty good, so no complaints over here. I really honestly didn't have um and this is just the honest truth. I didn't have anybody to date or talk to. Now, when I finally got my first job down here, that was something that was um, helpful in me talking to more people and getting to know more people. Still feeling like that's not. I don't know how to explain it, but still feeling like those people that were around, I didn't care to be around those people. It was just like a weird thing. And so I did date somebody for a little while. I dated somebody and um and actually what's crazy is he's till this day right now, we're gonna start on the brows. Just looking for the my pencil so I can sharpen it. Usually I can't find a sharpener and I can find a pencil. Me and him, we dated for a little while. I just feel like I was dating. I want to say this in the nicest way possible, but I kind of feel like I was dating below where I needed to date. Now, I'm not saying that I got, you know, lots of money or anything like that. And I remember people um, talking about the lady and how she was saying that she wouldn't date the bus driver. She would date him if he owned the company. And so I'm not so much of one of those girls to be like, oh, you're not qualified. But you can obviously tell, or it might just be things that they do where you're like, okay, well, even if that has nothing to do with like a class type of thing, you aren't happy with how things are, like on their own. So, me and him, we obviously didn't work out. And then on top of it, I want to say this: he and his baby mother's relationship was a little much for me. Now, I've had worse things happen dealing with uh I've had worse things happen dealing with, a baby mother or something. But my thing is that I really feel like the girl, from her actions and from what, you know, he told me, and I believe her parents was even talking to him like about her and things like that. So yeah, the situation with his baby mother seemed like it could almost be dangerous. And the issue is, with her coming around and then taking the kid and leaving, and then coming around and then dropping the kid off, back off. It was just too much, and I just didn't like the fact that she's around as much. I understand that, that will always be your child's mother, but I she's just around way too often for me, and it's like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work out. That's not gonna make me happy. Um, and then when she's around, she's blurting out like weird stuff and saying weird stuff, and I just, I don't want to go into it too much. Somebody might know who I'm referring to, so I kind of want to leave that the way it is, but I just, you know I couldn't deal with that. So there were multiple things that, I'm not used to, I don't want to deal with, and so I stopped seeing him. Then there was another guy that I dated. Definitely dated him longer since I've been here. Um, Now, I will say this: the situation with him was a lot different, and it was different for multiple reasons. So, I'm not trying to bash anybody, but we have an Aquarius on our hands. Now, I have dated an Aquarius before. So, you know, but so I kind of knew what to expect, but I do also not judge people just by signs. So I was, a little skeptical about when I finally was talking to this guy and I found out that he was an Aquarius. For me, one of my first relationships um, was with an Aquarius, and for me, it felt like I was always in some type of stress, high pressure situation. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just was. Again, very skeptical on how I'm going about this because, again, I really don't want to date another Aquarius. There were things that were happening where I was like, you know, and I can't remember them all, but I will go over 'em. And so we have the brows done right now. So we putting on eyeshadow and stuff, getting that together. Again, everything's always linked in the description. So for one, his age was a discussion, and it was something that I was comfortable with based on. Now, I was comfortable with his age based on me believing that he was a certain age. This guy, we had this conversation, and I was comfortable that he was 36. So that's what I was told. So that's what I'm going off of. So I had always assumed that he was 36, 37, when we were dating and stuff like that. at some point I do come across his ID while he's uh not paying attention, obviously. And I see a different date up there. So, me being me, I get on my calculator and I'm doing real like detective work at this point, because that date, for some reason, I'm not a math person, but for some reason that date seemed to, for me, the year, it seemed to ring like that wasn't, something wasn't right. I don't know why. It wasn't like, it wasn't even, and that's the issue for me too. It wasn't even something where he had to lie about that, because he technically wasn't even that far in age from what he told me. So I didn't understand, what the lie was for in the first place. Um, he's called out on that, on his age. He's 3 to 3.5 years older than what was told to me. So that's that one. Then there's the discussion about us talking and everything, and him telling me that he had a daughter. Now, not only does he have a daughter, but he has a daughter that is not super duper far in age from me. And so, I'm like, I didn't know you had a daughter. He's like, oh yeah, I mentioned her. Now, I feel like whether, or not you had a daughter, I was gonna remember that. That's you don't forget something like that, especially if you like really into somebody and trying to work on something. You don't forget something like that, let alone her being just a few years apart from me, which is okay. But I want to know what I'm getting myself into. I want to know all of that. So it's things to this, and so he's trying to convince me that he told me that he had a daughter. So that's another like red flag, I guess. And again, nothing's seeming too dangerous or nothing like that, but it's just, what are we doing at this point? Because I feel like everything is being, a lie, honestly. Um, a lie. Got over that. But then we have this weirdness here where after a while I was comfortable with said person hanging around my family, meaning my son, um, or around other family members, but mainly like my son and my parents. But now, there's always a but now. But now I'm starting to notice that this man is extremely worried about ass kissing my parents heavy. Like ass kissing them heavy. Like super heavy. So there's an issue right there. And when I say super heavy, I'm going to use this as an example. So and I want to say this too. He came to see me from Tampa. He takes my, now I can't remember details. It's been a little while, but he basically bought my dad's stuff, like brought him groceries for his. I have my own place, but I do spend a lot of time over my parents' house, so I didn't at first find anything weird or wrong with anything. So keep that in mind. We were supposed to go out to dinner, and he earlier today is buying my dad various things that was needed for the house and things like that. And included was beer. So my dad likes beer. And I didn't find nothing wrong with it because, again, you do feel like you need to have a good relationship with, that person's family. So, he's just doing his thing and I'm not being judgy um about it. So, we are hanging out until it's time to start getting ready for us to go out. So I noticed that we're not, basically, long story short, we're not putting on any clothes. He's not like getting ready. And then normally he'll be like, hey, babe, why don't you start getting ready? Because he know I'm going to put on makeup. He know I'm going to do something extra. And even if I'm not putting on that much makeup or anything, he knows that I'm going to take a little longer. So normally he's like, yeah, babe, get ready, blah, blah, blah. He's not saying that. And come to find out, we're not going out on this date that we already planned. We're not going to go out on this date. And I'm wondering, well, shoot, why are we not getting ready and stuff like that? So I finally just come out and say something. And I'm like, hey, I'm about to start getting ready. That's how I started it off. That day that we weren't going on the date, it just kind of all, sometimes you've been dealing with something for so long and finally it just all like crashes to you and you like, yeah, this is not, yeah, no. That's when everything starts to be like, yeah, this is not gonna be something that's gonna work out. When I met him, I explained, I got a small business. I do have a business and stuff like that. So, what do you, and he's like, yeah, me too. And he do contracting slash landscaping and da, 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 da. And I'm learning especially for Florida, that's a big like, ooh thing, like whatever. Like I said, we're having these discussions, so I'm just, all I can do, even if you don't believe somebody, all you can do for the most part is take them for their word. I was told he had a business, all of that, and it seems for me like he was doing Uber Eats. Now if that's what you're doing, say that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real about that. If you DoorDash, I ain't knocking you. You doing whatever you gotta do to make money until that next thing. But it seems like, number one, you lied about it, and number two, it doesn't seem very temporary. So that's another thing. Like I said, which is something I would have liked to be able to choose, for myself, like whether or not I want to do this. But you just keep releasing and doing stuff that's just like weird. There's a whole lot of just little lies going on, and it's feeling, super. It's feeling super uncomfortable for me. So I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. The more and more I'm finding out, and there's other things I found out, but like I said, all of them don't necessarily come to mind for me. So I'm not even gonna lie. Some of it I can't even remember, but there is a lot where I'm like, oh yeah, I I can remember that because it was just so. So then there's on to his not being controlling, but being very much so um wanting to like be on me all the time, like be on, like clingy almost type of a thing. I felt like he was clingy, and that's something that I stand by. I felt like he was clingy. He was so clingy that I had already planned to go to the Millennium Tour to see B2K, Ying Yang Twins, Chingy, everybody, but they weren't coming to Jacksonville, or I missed the Jacksonville one, something. So I decided I would plan to go to the Atlanta one. It's right there. Why not? So that was what I did. I prepared myself to do that. And so everything seems pretty much fine, and he knows I'm going and everything. Everything's pretty much okay. But then I mentioned, so I have a brother that is he is older than me, obviously, and he was in the military. He's not actually my brother. He is like a previous stepson to my dad. I don't really know how to like super explain it, but yeah. So I mentioned that I'm gonna basically ask him to help me, um, basically get a hotel and things like that, because this was actually like really my first time ever. Um, this was my first time ever going on like a trip like this. So I had never planned anything for myself like this before. And, not that I was saying he wasn't capable and I didn't want him to do it. That wasn't even a conversation, honestly. It was just that I just happened to be mentioning that my brother was going to um, be helping me. Then it's like all of a sudden, this guy wants to do everything, and then he tells me all of a sudden he got a business trip in Atlanta so it could work out fine. And I let him do whatever, but it obviously you could tell like, hey, this is some BS. He's only doing this now. You've been talking about this for like a month now, and now he wants to come. And it's just like, okay, there you go, like being weird again. And I just, like I said, I couldn't deal with him. So I will do this and get on to the new guy. So, new guy, um, because again, those were the two I did the online dating in between as well, and that wasn't working out for me very much. So, um, after a few failed dates and things like that, um, that's when I met him. I think my mirror is about to die, the light up mirror. So, on to the next guy, like I was saying. So, this guy, I originally met him um, at work, at one of my jobs I was at. Um, I met him. And I have a story time for that job. I did mention it in my Where Have I Been video, but I do plan on making um, a video about, what happened in my experiences and things like that. So I do plan on doing that. But anyway, we met at this place. And I'm a server, he's a cook at the time. He's a cook anyway though. But yeah, so that's that. We met. We used to like talk and stuff and have like little lunches together, things like that. Just talking. It wasn't even really like a dating type of thing. But like I said, we knew each other already, so that was helpful. Um, and we reconnected. And so, he expressed some feelings to me, and I expressed some feelings to him. So yeah, I feel like he knows what he wants, and he's older than me, and I feel like he knows what he wants. He has been very open about it. He's been very open about his past and things like that. And he was always even actually open about that. He used to talk about it when we worked together here and there about, his experiences with jail and things like that, and you know, just things that happened in his life and things like that. So we're definitely gonna, you know, catch up and, you know, get to know each other again. Discussing like a lot of things that we have wanted and dealt with, you know, relationship wise, and we have wanted to, you know, just move away from. It's like, again, you know, obviously he's older and I'm getting older as well. And it's becoming this thing where you just got to be just super straight up with these people because they are not, you know, dating for what you're dating for. And you have to make that clear. And that's the thing. That needs to be something that's like super clear cut and everybody in the whole situation um you know is okay with it and understands it and understands what position that is, you know. So I feel like we got a good thing going on. I will not jinx it um right now. I will not jinx it, but like I said, I feel like things are, you know, gonna go fairly decent. And of course, no relationship is perfect. So it's not like you're going to find, they might be perfect for you, but you're not going to find a perfect relationship. And that's okay. But, you know, that's not, it is what it is. You're not going to find it perfect, but it's, you know, what you're deciding that you're wanting to deal with. And so he's knocked off a lot of the things on my list as far um as far as what I'm looking for. You know, I had gave up for a little while. I had just focused on, you know, my job and working and stacking, and then I, you know, was focused on trying to get back into YouTube then, you know. So honestly, I had been, you know, trying to have this understanding with somebody and have this happiness and, you know, just things that you want, that you know, like you just want certain things. So because this is like a little bit of like a date night look, I'm not going to go super hard um on products or anything like that. So everything is going to be pretty much minimal. So I'm not going to put a whole bunch of stuff on my face because I kind of want, like, oh yeah, she got makeup on, but it's not a lot, it's minimal. And plus, where we worked, I wasn't permitted to. Oh crap, I'll fix it. I wasn't permitted to wear makeup, but I wore makeup a whole lot at the job that we worked together at. So he see me with a full face. He see me with no makeup and everything already. So what I am gonna add though, gonna stop to make a smoky break on the devil's lettuce. Love calling it that. So I'm not gonna do any concealer, but I am gonna do a little bit of my favorite highlighter that's broken. And yes, again, it was from City Colors. I always try and link stuff, but I think it's a baked blush from City Trends, and it's got to be one of my, making sure it didn't smell weird. It's got to be one of my most favorite highlighters. So I'm gonna use the camera monitor to put it up there. I feel like it looks a lot different when you are doing it on the camera monitor. And so I'm gonna also use this, take this down a little bit to my um, like full cheek, because I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Like I said, I'm kind of making it simplistic. Um, So I'm going to go ahead and use this as my blush as well. Because like I said, I'm doing something, but I'm not doing like a lot. So I can't wait to see him. I'm super excited.
TamFam.com. TamFam in the audience, you've been phenomenal. You are always so good. So we just want to give you a little bit of love. So you're getting this True Medic.
Okay, so I was actually supposed to record this. Excuse this room, it's a mess. But I was actually supposed to record this and I didn't get to it. But I flat ironed the wig. We'll see how it turns out on the head. Okay, so why was I getting ready to film a video and it was a knock on the door. Go check and it's the mailman, but we had too much stuff in the mailbox and stuff, so he was like, hey, I'm just letting you know all your stuff is out here. And look what came. Look at this phone case. Is that not the cutest thing you have ever seen? I got this from Temu. It is so cute. And I have the 13, by the way. The iPhone 13. I also got some other phone cases, so if I could get the bag open, I'll show you. No, seriously, if I could get it open, I'll show you. These are the other ones that I got. So I don't know if the lighting is gonna be good enough. Maybe I should turn it up. But I think you guys can see. It says everything's gonna be alright, and it has a butterfly. I love butterflies, y'all. Butterflies, love them. Love them. And this one right here. So I got that case, and this is from these are all from Temu. Then I got this gradient type phone case with sparkles, and I thought that was kind of cute. Then I got this leopard print one, and animal print, love it. Love animal print. Cow, zebra, leopard, cheetah, like love it. So yeah, so stoked that they came in. So stoked. So right now I'm at the store picking up something to roll my devil's lettuce with. Just finally got off. Super exhausted. I mean, the last hour of work was busy, but the last 10 minutes I ended up staying over another 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Everybody in the world wants to come in today. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I get to the house. Yeah, we'll see what I could get done. Okay, y'all, so I was on GoPuff the other night, and I was looking for something different to drink juice wise, and I came across this Aguas Frescas by Minute Maid. It's the strawberry kind. They did have mango, but I got the strawberry, and I will say, like, it's good. It's just not what I expected it to be, and I also expected it to be less sweet, but you know, it's pretty good. I'm wondering if you guys tried this or not. Okay, so we getting ready to have a little family cookout and stuff, so we just piling things in the bag that we gonna need. So we got like the barbecue sauce, Got the spray. We got plates. We got this little, Mama, is this a mat? This is what you call a mat. This is a mat, and you put this on the grill and you could cook on it instead of using aluminum foil. And so yeah, we got everything, got spoons and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have barbecue chicken and we're gonna have cheeseburgers and potato salad. So yeah, I'll check in later with y'all. This is what my dad drinking on. It's pretty good. We have, then for me and my mom, we have some of the Seagram's drinks. Now look at that. That's icing job, usually a little better. But I just took it out the fridge so it didn't melt.